Hi, it's Texas. Thanks for watching CBS 19 Plus. Headed into the final couple of days here of this week, and then we'll have the final week of May coming up next week. Can you believe Memorial Day weekend just about a week away, and Memorial Day itself about 10 days away? So the next to last weekend in May looks something like this. It's really a decent weekend. Now, I know I have a 30% chance of rain here, and it's really for Deep East Texas. And it's based on just one computer piece of data that came in that suggests a few showers could develop maybe in Nacogdoches County, Angelina, Houston, San Augustine, and Sabine County. If you live in any other county in East Texas, it's likely dry on Saturday, and it may end up missing your house entirely. But right now, just that small chance for an afternoon shower or thunderstorm Saturday afternoon. Otherwise, it's a cooler high of 79 degrees. Then on Sunday, we stick with mostly cloudy skies, and because you have mostly cloudy skies, a 20% chance of rain, sure. I mean, we can't rule out that you wouldn't have a couple of sprinkles or something of that nature, but it's likely dry. So outdoor activities, anything happening, I think Sunday if it's a graduation party, I think Saturday if it's a graduation party, it should be okay, especially if it's around Tyler or Longview. Mostly cloudy skies Sunday. It's cool again, that high temperature rate around 78 degrees after a morning low of 63. All right, let's talk about the rainfall reports. Again, we've been measuring these since March 1st. March 1st to the end of May, meteorological spring, so we're coming up on the end of that. For the spring season, we've had more than 11 inches of rainfall in Tyler, 12.5 inches of rainfall in Longview, and Lufkin, almost 17 inches of rain. Compared to average, all of our sites doing pretty well. Tyler, almost 2 inches above average. Longview, 1.5 inches above average. Lufkin, 6.5 inches above average. And for the year, the averages are well above normal for at least at this point of the year. We'll see as we get deeper now into June and July. If we dry out, we might fall behind a little bit. There are some rain chances again Friday night. Safe to say after 8 p.m. We could have a couple of isolated showers around during the day, but the more widespread, if it's even widespread at all, 40% chance. I'll show you a future skycast here in just a second. 30% chance Saturday, again, that's over Deep East Texas. Sunday, Monday, dry. Tuesday, there's a little chance of rain. I think next best chance of rain after tomorrow evening is Thursday with scattered showers and thunderstorms. New drought index came out today. No counties in East Texas under anything. The yellow area, that suggests that's an abnormally dry area. And then you go to moderate drought in the brown, you go to severe drought in the red, and exceptional drought in the dark red. So south and west of Austin, you have, I should say severe is in the orange, extreme in the red, and exceptional in the dark red. I knew there were 5 categories. All right, so anyway, we're doing pretty well, and we've cut into our rainfall deficits here. Just need some rain southwest of Austin to kind of catch up from that extreme to exceptional drought. All right, currently over the next 7 days, it looks something like this. Again, we're not getting a ton of rain. All of this you see up here is tied to tomorrow night. In fact, let's see if we can get this to work for Friday. Anyway, this area, Dallas to Emory to Mount Pleasant along the cold front, has about the best chance to pick up a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. The rain really falls apart the farther south it comes. So into Smith County, you're looking at a 1/10 of an inch to maybe a 1/4 of an inch over the next 7 days. These areas here in the light green, 1/100 of an inch, or maybe just a smidge more than that, but likely a pretty dry next 7 days coming up with a little bit more rain closer to the Louisiana border. All right, so why the sudden change from going to a rainy weather pattern to a drier weather pattern? Well, you can blame it on this, what we call a zonal weather pattern, or a west to east weather pattern across the area. So when the upper level winds are flowing west to east, like a stream, it would be a very smooth body of water, right? There's no ripples, there's no large rocks or faster currents for things to begin spinning. There is up here in the Pacific Northwest, and there is a gentle high pressure system over Mexico. And so in between that, really kind of a benign weather pattern here over the next several days. So quieter weather and few chances of rain. Temperatures are cooling off heading through the weekend into the low 60s by Sunday, and then begin to ramp back up. We're going to get back closer to where we should be middle to latter part of next week. Typically, end of May, we talk about a rapid rise in the morning lows and the daytime highs and the humidity. And so far, we haven't really seen that. We've had a nice little break from the humidity here in the middle part of the month. But I think now as we get into the end of the month, we're going to start to see the average morning lows and the average daytime highs starting to climb. It's around 84 right now, and our average highs next week should be in the mid to upper 80s, closer to 90 degrees by the last Sunday of the month. All right, here's Future Skycast. We're going to start this late tonight, 73 but no rain. Overnight, quiet. It's warm, it's humid, ceiling fans back on, maybe the air conditioner kicking on. Tomorrow's a hot day. We're into the mid to upper 80s, and you'll see a few scattered showers and thunderstorms forming from Jefferson to Linden over toward Longview and Tyler, and those move away. The frontal boundary itself settles into about Interstate 30 to I-20 overnight into Saturday morning. Those would be perhaps some stronger thunderstorms, but again, they're staying north of I-20, and then they are gone. All right, so overnight tonight, 66 under mainly clear skies. Pittsburgh down to 66. Linden, 64 degrees. As we take a look at Tyler, we'll drop to 68 for the overnight low. Henderson around 68 degrees. Palestine, 66 for the overnight low. And Athens around 68. And over Deep East Texas, mostly clear skies. Overnight lows around 66 at Nacogdoches, upper 60s at Crockett. Hemphill dropping to 64 degrees. Winds tomorrow, not bad. They're out of the south. That's why we're warmer and a little more humid. South winds sustained 6 to 8 miles an hour, pretty steady through the middle part of the day, gusting at times up to 14 miles an hour. So you'll notice that breeze when it does kick up in the middle part of the day. And then high temperatures tomorrow, upper 80s at Mount Pleasant and also into Camp County, 88 around Pittsburgh, Gilmer and Mineola, closer to 90 degrees. Tyler, Longview, Henderson also closer to 90. 90 degrees perhaps in Carthage. And Palestine right around 89 degrees. And over Deep East Texas, mostly sunny skies. Likely stays dry in Deep East Texas throughout the entire day tomorrow. 89 in Crockett, Nacogdoches, and Lufkin right around 90. Groveton 91 for the high temperature. And Hemphill right around 89 for that high temperature. All right, let's take a look at the Baylor Scott White Texas Spine & Joint Hospital 10-day forecast. So isolated thunderstorms Friday. Again, there's that little patch there in the evening, but the better chance coming in later evening into the early overnight hours. And then Saturday afternoon, some could flare up over Deep East Texas once again, but we're quite a bit cooler. We have about 11-degree temperature drop between Friday afternoon and Saturday afternoon. Sunday's a cloudy, cooler day, 78. 82 Monday, partly cloudy. Tuesday, 83 and partly cloudy. And then Wednesday, with a return of southerly winds, more humidity, and a frontal boundary that is nearby, we'll see some late-day thunderstorms possible with a high temperature of 85 after a morning low of 64. Thursday and Friday, partly cloudy, highs in the mid-80s. And now we start to tack on some of that late May heat for the final weekend of May, with highs warming into the upper 80s, close to 90 degrees. Thanks for watching CBS 19 Plus.